was a case, Carpenter versus U.S., and it outlined just how far the Constitution protects searches of electronic evidence. It was a 5-4 decision, and the court ruled that law enforcement must obtain a warrant in order to track a person's cellular location information beyond 7 days. Justice Thomas and Gorsuch both dissented, and Justice Gorsuch objected that the majority's reasonable expectation of privacy standard was not faithful to the Fourth Amendment text. Instead, Justice Gorsuch reasoned the Fourth Amendment protects only those searches included in the original text, searches of persons, houses, places, and effects. Some critics of originalism complained that today's laws should not be governed by the dead hand of the past. Can you explain to us how the Fourth Amendment can still govern the modern world's searches and seizures, and how will it continue to apply to emerging technologies that the founders never could have imagined?
Sure. So I think as a general matter, the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. And it doesn't mean that it protects only the kinds of searches and seizures that those who lived at the time of the adoption of the Bill of Rights could have anticipated. So surely they couldn't have anticipated the internet or cell phones or, airplanes for that matter. But one can reason from the kinds of privacy protections that were in place in 1791 when the Fourth Amendment was ratified to see if the search of modern technology now is analogous to it. So one example is the Kylo case. Justice Scalia wrote that opinion, and that's a case where law enforcement had used an infrared detector to see if someone was growing, I think it was marijuana on the inside, and they could use the infrared to see if it lit up, if people were using heat lamps essentially inside. And Justice Scalia said that, yes, that was a search, that the Fourth Amendment did apply and the police had to have a warrant. Even though that technology didn't exist at the time, it was the same kind of invasion into the home. And so it didn't matter that, infrared machines were not in the contemplation of the generation that ratified the Fourth Amendment.
Okay, and then is there a difference between searching for data via a device that is in a person's possession and searching for, say, data on the servers that are hosting?
Let's see. So that would be a question I probably can't answer. In addition to the Fourth Amendment, there would also be statutes that, govern how much data one could mine. So that would be one of those legal hypothetical situations that I wouldn't be able to answer in the context of the hearing.
All right. Let's end it at that so that you can get out of here. There are a couple of things that tomorrow we're going to have time, and we will talk about a couple of those other questions, campus free speech, executive overreach, a couple of other things we'd like to have on the record. But thank you very much for your patience and for your desire to serve.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks.